his freedom is hinging upon his slave owner giving the courts a good report. Wasn't NBA Youngboy just talking about his motherfucking deal? Am I retarded? Wasn't that nigga just talking about his motherfucking deal? And then a nigga just happened to get in a situation to where the courts now made it to where the same people that you was begging and pleading to do you fair, they are the only reason why you free. This is what, but see, dealing with those situations is hard to do because of how many people. See, the reason why in American Gangster, Richie said, I don't think the court systems want this drug epidemic to stop. It employs too many people, COs, prison, wardens, lieutenants, detectives. The Brim D was telling me last night, you put a prison somewhere and you revitalize a town. So a town that used to be coal miners and there's no work around and shit like that, then these remote places, put a prison there and the whole fucking hillbilly gang is gonna come work at that motherfucker. You just revitalize the whole fucking, no, now you got, here come business because there's so many people working. Shit, you got a food truck, now here go a McDonald's, Zaxby's. You done built the whole fucking city off of a goddamn prison. Am I retarded, dog?
Did you know that becoming a rapper is the #1 cause of death amongst young black men? Have you ever wondered why the incarceration and murder of rappers is so accepted and somewhat celebrated amongst today's society? Today we're going to explore an example of this phenomenon. Welcome to The Rap Trap, hosted by Consaco.
From my understanding, this motherfucker put a death threat down to a nigga. My nigga, your goddamn court case was so strong. It was so goddamn structured and so sensitive, so serious that not only can they control what's your next prison, when a motherfucker tell you where to go and you have to stay there, that's a prison. You can't move on your own accord, that's prison. Not only did they tell you where your next prison was, you just on work release. Not only did they tell you where you was finna live, they told you what fucking company that you was allowed to work for. See, this is why these motherfuckers are so detrimental. We need to talk about the judicial system let out what they feel to believe a criminal. They let a criminal out to a work release program in Utah, and his freedom, slight freedom, is hingent upon what the label tells the judge. So now, so the label, so you saying that the same business that profited from East Coast and West Coast during that war, they profited. They loved it. These were the warmongers, war dogs, arms dealers. They profited from both sides. You're telling me that that fucking business is going to deal with NBA Youngboy fairly? Now that they have him completely by the balls, they're going to deal with him fairly. his freedom is hinging upon his slave owner giving the courts a good report. Wasn't NBA Youngboy just talking about his motherfucking deal? Am I retarded? Wasn't that nigga just talking about his motherfucking deal? And then a nigga just happened to get in a situation to where the courts now made it to where the same people that you was begging and pleading to do you fair, they are the only reason why you free. Didn't I say that? That's something different. That's something different. We're going to get on that. But this is what I'm saying. This is what, but see, dealing with those situations is hard to do because of how many people. See, the reason why in American Gangster, Richie said, I don't think the court systems want this drug epidemic to stop. It employs too many people, COs, prison wardens, lieutenants, detectives. The Brim D was telling me last night, you put a prison somewhere and you revitalize a town. So a town that used to be coal miners and there's no work around and shit like that, then these remote places, put a prison there and the whole fucking hillbilly gang is gonna come work at that motherfucker. You just revitalize the whole fucking, no, now you got, here come business because there's so many people working. Shit, you got a food truck, now here go a McDonald's, Zaxby's. You done built the whole fucking city off of a goddamn prison. Am I retarded, dog? Deuce. Am I retarded? Come here. Good job. Come here. Good job. Listen, I'm saying that you can put a prison in a city that is downtrodden, that nobody goes to, like a back road town. If you haven't seen the video of me and Brim D going to Camden, Alabama, watch that video and watch them dark roads we had to drive through where GPS don't even work. You can put a prison there. Listen what I'm saying. You can put a prison there and it can revitalize the whole fucking county because now there's jobs. You got me? Okay, go lay down. We see, I came with the golf course theory saying that everybody who profits off of black pain, black confusion, black death, all of them go to the golf course and they talk about how we're going to help each other. Big pharma, tobacco, liquor companies, Michael Jordan, Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, lawyers, judges, wardens, contractors that build prisons. All of them come to the golf course where the record label heads are, and a nigga would be blowed to see that as Epic and Atlantic and Interscope, Universal, Warner Brothers, as their artists are beefing with each other, some Empire beefing with each other, you know what I'm saying, talking about, I'm gonna kill you and all this shit. These motherfuckers are on the golf course toasting, coming up with plans. What we're gonna do, we're gonna have NBA Youngboy in Baton Rouge. What we want you to do is bring Fredo Bang that same weekend and put him in the club down the street. We're going to send Say Cheese and DJ Academics to be there. One will be at NBA Youngboy show, and one will be at Fredo Bang show. As they're coming and going, we want to create a situation kind of like Quando Rondo and King Von. I'm talking about just putting together, and it's like the warden comes to say, hey, we want to, you got real estate developers saying, hey, we want to open a prison in Wisconsin. We have a couple of neighborhoods. We have, you know what I'm saying? And this is why when I talk to people from other places, I try to get an understanding of what the layout is. How many hoods is there? What are the hoods' names? You know what I'm saying? Is it mostly, you know, what is it? And you get these reports in America. The reason why I can touch so many people is because the shit that I went through down here in Daphne, Alabama, the things that I've seen since 2018, you've had niggas coming like, dog, how the fuck do you know, dog, this nigga talking like he know my baby mama. Niggas have called me on some shit like, dog, where was you born at? What year was you born? Niggas thought we was brothers because it's so relative to what they're doing. When you see these things go on, the judicial system that is bamming niggas, giving niggas 70 years, 80 years, that same judicial system that is disproportionately, that's a word from TDE Hip Hop Media, disproportionately giving young black men time over the same crime done by their white counterparts. That same judicial, you saying that they would not work with the, what the fuck? And this is what I'm saying. You would have to be a nigga who's seen some shit to understand. If you a nigga from the outside just lame, when I say lame, if you a nigga from the outside that has not went through the judicial system to where you know that whether it be your court-appointed attorney, your paid attorney, what makes a good attorney is that he has relationships in that county that you're locked up in. If you think that, no, here, see, you the lawyer, I'm the judge. We cannot be nowhere in the same ball. We can't do none of that. We got to stick to the code now. You know what I'm saying? But tell my daughter I love her. These motherfuckers is in the same family. Go look at the railroad. Go look at the docks. You don't have to do no conspiracy theory to find out these motherfuckers is related all through this shit. Dog, Mace called me. Mace hit me up after the Young Dolph show. And we was talking and shit. And you know, he's been fucking with the rap trap since 2019. But he called me. I'm just gonna say it. He called me and told me that the motherfucker who was running the record label, he gets old and now his son runs it the same way you would with another family business. Nothing's going the same way Jay Prince. It's the same fucking people. The rappers go in and out frequently, but it's the same fucking person. And this is why, you know, motherfucker, oh, look at him here in the picture with goddamn, oh man, Vlad the police. See, all of these bullshits, that's a distraction. That's a distraction. You're not saying that because you want to do something. You say, oh, y'all look. And that's a problem. That's a problem. Let's go back. When you understand that what makes a good lawyer is that he knows the judge. You have to understand how that happens. People, street niggas, I feel more comfortable around street niggas than, you know, regular people, because with the street niggas, shit makes sense. You know what I'm saying? With regular people, it's the passive aggressive and all this shit like this, and it's a way you have to do shit. You know, with street niggas, everything is understood. This is why a nigga will run back to the streets after, you know, coming home and having the, you know, shit don't make sense, because the motherfucker who you sell dope to can be your boss at the job. Groups hang with groups. Lawyers become judges. Just like in a game, you earn your stripes by the shit you do, except with them, they not going out and telling everybody, yeah, I murdered that nigga, killed that nigga, 25 bullets to the head. No, this shit they saying is behind closed doors. You know, that sheriff down there, that's the one who had that boy. They know what the fuck is going on. We can trust him. With training day. He was breaking that down about, you know what I'm saying, you have to have some dirt on you for anybody to trust you. That same system goes with pretty much any organization. I told y'all about, you know, the first Navy SEALs. If you wanted to get into their upper echelon club, you had to have 20 years of the Viet Cong. And that showed that you was, you know, vicious like them. We have, you know, you see that in gangs, you see that in biker gangs, everywhere. You motherfucker, you see it in colleges. They call it hazing. They need to see that you with the shit that they with for you to hang with them. This is why a motherfucker that's hanging around Epstein, you see a picture with them laughing and shit, them motherfuckers ain't laughing at no goddamn, hey, knock, knock, who's there? Nah, they laughing about, you know what I'm saying, what type of evil shit they do. This is why the people that are part of AO Nation, I don't mind. If I consider you close-knit, I don't mind sending no tests at you. I don't mind doing that. Like, this is a real position. We're doing real shit. We've seen, man, let me show you motherfuckers.
Quick. This what happened when I turned to your show on YouTube right now for some reason. I was just watching you in the car. Everything was all good. But check this out though. I go to anything else, they're gonna tap right in.
From Brandy and Ray J to Kendrick Lamar.
I done did this shit like 5 times. Why they ain't trying to play the goddamn Ayo Consaco? Make it make sense. Boy, them folk here.
See what I'm saying? We know what the fuck is going on. We know what's going on. We don't need no more confirmation. We know what the fuck is going on. Once again, this is why, dog, don't come to my inbox. If you haven't goddamn went to the Patreon, supported with the Head First 2, you ain't supported with the goddamn Men 2, you ain't just supported on the Patreon, my nigga, don't come in my inbox.